Late this afternoon, Justice Juan Merchan declared we now have our jury, 7 men and 5 women, who will hear the evidence and make a decision in this first-of-its-kind case that sees a former president as the defendant. Donald Trump is facing up to 4 years in prison. The court will need to select 6 alternate jurors, but it's a big step forward after the trial hit a roadblock this morning with 2 jurors being dismissed. One told the judge she felt intimidated and feared for her safety after her personal details were broadcast on Fox News. Donald Trump made his way into a Manhattan courtroom this morning for the 3rd day of jury selection in the historic criminal trial against him.
Mr. Trump, how you doing this morning?
8 new jurors were screened and selected today, completing the 12-person jury and adding 1 alternate. The judge hopes to pick the remaining 5 alternates tomorrow so the case can move forward quickly. Justice Juan Merchan declaring this afternoon, we now have our jury. Trump spoke outside the courtroom after the decision.
And it's very unfair, very bad thing. Very bad thing. The whole world is watching this hoax. You got a DA that's out of control. You have a judge that's highly conflicted. The whole thing is a mess.
The jury selection likely a sigh of relief for prosecutors looking to get the trial underway before the November election, when the former president is expected to once again face off with current President Joe Biden on the ballot, especially after the trial hit a bump in the road this morning as 2 jurors were unseated. The judge excused 1 juror after prosecutors said he didn't disclose prior brushes with the law, though the judge didn't specify why he dismissed the juror. Another asked to be removed, saying she felt intimidated after a Fox News segment earlier in the week revealed personal details about her and other jury members, all of whom are supposed to remain anonymous.
Juror number 2, a nurse from the Upper East Side with a master's degree. She's not married, has no kids, and lives with her fiance, who works in finance. She gets her news from the New York Times, Google, and CNN.
The juror said friends and family and co-workers were able to identify her based on the description. She told the judge, I don't believe at this point that I can be fair and unbiased and let the outside influences not affect my decision-making in the courtroom.
She said 2 things that really stuck out. One, quote, I don't really have an opinion of Trump. And, quote, no one is above the law. I'm not so sure about juror number 2.
Some experts worried a lack of unbiased jurors in blue-leaning Manhattan could slow down the process. Around half of the 192 candidates screened in the first 2 days were turned away immediately after saying they could not impartially assess Trump's guilt or innocence. One man told reporters outside the Manhattan courtroom that he asked to be excused because he's published satirical artwork online of the politician.
And I said, anyway, I couldn't be in the trial. I'd be a security risk to the outcome because it would come out how I've satirized him, the defendant, in the past. And I said, besides, he's a loathsome character.
The former president has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records, including allegedly making hush money payments during the 2016 presidential election to former adult film star Stormy Daniels and former Playboy model Karen McDougal, both of which say they had affairs with Trump. Trump is also facing charges in Georgia for his alleged role in trying to overturn the 2020 election results. There's no date set for that trial at this point, though the prosecution is asking for August 5th. It's still unclear how the outcome of both cases will impact the race for the White House.
It's crazy, but the Constitution has no requirement that you not be a felon to be president. All you have to do is be born in the U.S. and over 35. And that's it.